Fidel is undoubtedly the greatest leader that the Caribbean and the Latin American countries have produced in the 20th into the 21st centuries. The leader of the Cuban Revolution, he built socialism in Cuba in solidarity with his party and the people of Cuba and friends globally. He defended the sovereignty and independence of Cuba in the tradition of José Martí, the Cuban patriot. He established a record of Cuban selflessness, internationalism, and anti-imperialism. He was a man steeped in the values, the uplifting values of humanity. Revolutionary Cuba's work in diverse fields, in health, in education, in social solidarity across the globe is now recognized as legendary. An exemplary form of his leadership occurred at the time when Angola was struggling for its own independence. And at the invitation of the Angolan comrades, the Cuban armed forces stood against imperialism and the racist South African armies and defeated them in the Battle of Cueto-Cuanavale. Nelson Mandela, the great South African revolutionary, said that this defeat of the South African racists is what assisted in opening his cell door, which led to the freedom, majority rule in South Africa. CARICOM countries have particularly been assisted by Fidel and the Cuban people. CARICOM has been in the forefront of defending the Cuban Revolution in international circles. And Cuba, in turn, has been there for us. The recognition of Cuba by 4 independent countries of CARICOM led the way for other countries in Latin America and across the world to see this beacon of freedom and revolutionary spirit and independence and sovereignty. On the 100th anniversary of the birth of Fidel Castro, we remember his ideas, his actions, his selflessness. We know of his solidarity. We know, too, that he not only inspired the Cuban people and millions worldwide. More than inspiring, he drew out of us what is good and noble in us. Oftentimes he drew out of us the goodness and nobility and high quality which we did not as yet know that we possessed. As circumstances today in Cuba are very difficult as a consequence of the imperial actions of the United States of America, where they're seeking to starve the Cuban people into submission. Fidel's ideas and example are more important than ever. I am sure that the people of Cuba will triumph in solidarity with each other and with like-minded persons the world over. The tribute we pay today to Fidel will be heard for ages and ages hence. Here was a man, gifted, selfless, honest to the core. In solidarity with others, he was the master of his own fate, a captain of his own soul. Long live the ideas of Fidel. Long live the revolutionary spirit of the Cuban people. Long live the fight against imperialism. Long live the unity of the peoples of Latin America and the Caribbean. Thank you.